Well, hello. Sorry, something in the background there is a distraction. My apologies. How are you doing, friends? I have been gone for a while. I have not been able to muster up the strength or energy to come and sit down and do this as much as I would like to. And I do realize that it is starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time instead of 9. Largely due to the fact that because of my new job, which I started back in July, and I'm still there, still happy, and enjoying myself. The money is good, and I work with a good group of people, and we all have a great deal of admiration and respect for one another. But my hours have adjusted to the point where it's difficult to maintain a regular schedule of 9 p.m. shows, mostly due to the fact that I have to get up at 4 a.m. every day now to start my day. And it's taken some time to get used to it. I'm not going to lie to you. I've had, it's been an adjustment. I'm up at 4, crawl out of bed, make a coffee, shower, shave, take Lola out at 4:30. And now because it's winter, multiple layers for both of us. Out for 30 minutes, back in, get all her layers off, peel a layer off myself, gather my things, sit down for 15 minutes to have a coffee, and then head out the door to catch the train and get to work for 6. And that's my day. I usually leave the office anywhere from 1:30 to 2, depending upon how busy I am, and make my way home, then take Lola out again. Might have 20 minutes to myself. Some days she just needs to go out right away. And then it's get back in, pour over some work stuff, some emails, have some dinner, take Lola out again, and then sit down and have some time to myself before I usually go to bed around 9 p.m. So as I'm sure you can understand, it's been an adjustment, to say the least. It's been an adjustment. And it's not just been that. I mean, that's certainly been an adjustment, but I'd be lying if I said I'd been great mentally. I hadn't been for some time. I was able to, get up and go to work every day and put all of my positive energy into getting to work and doing my job and being positive with all of my colleagues and coworkers, which is something that I think is incredibly important because, even if your life is, even when your life is going good, but it feels terrible because your mental health is suffering, I've always felt I should put my best foot forward, do my best, be as positive as I can, and try not to let life bring me down. There have been times when I've been successful at it and times when I've been unsuccessful at it. One second. And one of the things that I've noticed is when I'm unsuccessful, my attitude is terrible. And I hate what I'm doing. I hate going to work and blah, blah, blah. Now, I haven't had that in the last, I'd say, 4 years, largely because I've been very happy with the work I've had and been given. And the people that I work with the attitude that everybody else has, it just makes it so much simpler and easier to go to work every day when your colleagues are on the same plane as you, in the sense that we're all there to do our job. We leave bad attitudes behind. We come in to do our work. we're happy to do it. And we're happy to work with one another. And that's been the one thing that's been super positive in my life as of late. Things are going wonderfully with my beloved. She has a new job. She started in September, and it's been going very, very good for her, and she's very happy with her new line of work. So Bridget is great as well. I've had an uphill struggle. I'd be lying if I said otherwise. It's taken me some time to get my act together and get things sorted out. I've had to start scheduling things. It's like tomorrow when I get home, Lola, of course, and then I do a 4 o'clock show on the other channel, the political channel, and then it's laundry. And I have to get and stick to that schedule. One second. Sorry, it's dry in here. I need to fire up my humidifier again. It's winter time, and because the windows and doors are closed, the outside humidity is not getting into my apartment. So I think the humidity is about 20% right now, which is really low. It should be quite a bit higher. I will, Lori. So, despite the mental health troubles or uphill battle that I've faced over the last several months, I've not been in a state of self-loathing or self-hatred or thoughts of self-harm. That just doesn't enter into my mind. It just isn't there. But oftentimes it's just the sheer exhaustion factor that comes from depression or comes with depression. I don't know how you want to quantify that, but one of the ancillary benefits of depression is sheer exhaustion. And when you're putting 100% of yourself out there in the workplace for 7.5 hours a day, while you're, with your colleagues, there's the other time, from 4 a.m. Basically from 4 to 4, it's a 12-hour day is how I see it, 7.5 at work. And, well, now it's a little bit more than that, but 12.5, let's say 12.5 hours a day, 12 hours. We'll just round it to 12, where I'm on, if you will, or I'm busy. So I don't really get time to settle down until about 5:30, and then by 6:37, Lola needs to go out again, which it's not, I don't see it as a chore or a struggle. I'm happy, and I love to spend time with her, and we're going to go cuddle on the couch with her after this, but it boils down to having not enough free time for oneself. Yesterday, Sunday, around noon, I guess it was 11:45, just before noon, I had got up, and Bridget and I had some breakfast, and we did a few things, and then she had to head home because she had to prepare for something she's working on. And I took care of a few things around the house, and then it was like 11:45. I'm like, I got to lie down for 20, 30 minutes. I'm just bagged. So I went and climbed into bed and got under the covers and lied down for what I thought would be 20, 30 minutes. I set the alarm for 30 minutes. And what happened after that was I woke up 2 hours later, and then I was a bit of a zombie for another hour as I dragged my butt around the house trying to get my act together because I did have other things I needed to take care of. And I didn't surprisingly feel guilty for sleeping like that. I clearly needed it. The only thing I was going to do was to try and get some laundry done at that point, and then I wanted to watch a little bit of NFL, which I'm not a NFL, I'm a CFL guy, so there's an NFL game on, I'll watch it, but it's not the be-all, end-all for me. So missing out on that meant, yeah, whatever. I didn't really miss anything, but I realized how exhausted I was. And it's funny, 9 o'clock at night, I'll climb into bed, and it usually takes me 30, sometimes 40 minutes to fall asleep. That's why I go to bed at 9, so that if I can be asleep by 10 and get up at 4, that gives me a solid 6 hours, which is ample for me. Everybody's different. Some people need 9, some people need 10. 6 hours is plenty for me. So my nights certainly have changed. I get up at 4 a.m. now. That's when I went to bed. And on the weekends, Bridget and I will go out for dinner on a Saturday, and by 8 o'clock, we got to go home. I'm going to fall asleep. It's funny, but it's true. And she's been so kind and accepting of the fact that I'm just physically tired, because she starts work at 8:30. I've been at work for 2.5 hours at that point. It's just, it's a big adjustment for me lifestyle-wise. But I'm okay with it because the money's good and I like what I'm doing. Take a few days off in a couple of weeks to head to Calgary to visit a buddy. And then, of course, we'll have Christmas. It's going to be a busy time, of course, as it always is. So I thought it would be good to jump back into this with both feet and talk to everybody about how they're doing and how they're feeling, because let's face it, this time of the year it can be a little bit ridiculous. And when your mental health is starting to suffer, just remember you've got a place here. 1 second. I don't want to clear my throat in your ear. So yeah, you've got a place here if you need to talk about your mental health, or just come in and sit back and relax and take it easy. I'm back, and the plan is to stay back and keep coming on. As you can tell, it'll be a little bit earlier. 9 p.m. It's too much for me now. I'm in bed at 9, and that's my life these days. I'm okay with it, obviously, but we're looking at almost 8:15 on a Monday evening. I'm going to finish this beer, cuddle with Lola, and then head to bed in about 45 minutes. And there we are. That's how it is. I'm okay with it. So I hope whoever was able to tune in. I didn't expect anybody live this evening, to be honest, because there are a few people. Thank you for joining. This was unannounced. It was last second. It was something that I've been thinking about for weeks. And unfortunately, my anxiety got the better of me each time I tried to sit down and do it. Crazy, right? Show about mental health, and my mental health wasn't allowing me to discuss my mental health. That's how it gets sometimes. I had a really dark week a couple of weeks ago, but I knew I was going to be okay. I always know I'm going to be okay. It's just the suffering you have to go through. And I am not capable of discussing it when I'm in the middle of it. So I don't reach out. I retreat, because I'm not the best. I'm not the best version of me when I'm like that. And I always want to put my best foot forward. You only deserve my best. Or at least the best I can give you. You don't need to handle me at my worst. You don't ever need to see that. When I'm at my worst, that's for me and me alone. It's not something I want to share with anybody, because it just brings people down, and we have enough misery in this world as it is. So I choose to... Sorry, that's Lola at my feet, playing with a tennis ball. I choose to quietly go about my day in the only way I know how. so that when I'm better, I can come and talk to you about it. And I am doing much better. Much, much better. And I'm grateful and thankful to say that. And I hope wherever you are, wherever you happen to be this evening, or this morning, or this afternoon, or whenever you happen to watch this, I hope that you're doing well too. And I will be back very soon. Sooner than you expect. You take care. Bye.